Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Here we are in the middle of an organic chamomile field at Funk Essential Oils, and this is where Pangea sources its chamomile essential oil for its Egyptian Calendula cream cleanser. And what's amazing about being in this field is as the sun is rising up over the mountains, it's starting to warm up the oils that are on the flowers. And literally, this field is just filled with the amazing scent of chamomile. As you grab onto the flowers, you really realize that this is a full carpet of chamomile. The essential oils that are oozing out of these plants are just absolutely amazing and calming and invigorating all at the same time. And it's just a real blessing to be here literally hours before the harvest of these amazing flowers. When a lot of people think about chamomile, they think about the deep calming qualities. A lot of people drink the tea to rest at night. We use it for those properties, but we also use it for another amazing property that chamomile has. It has this amazing ability to regenerate skin cells. And why that's great for the product is when we're born, it takes about 30 days for skin cells to regenerate. But as we get older, that process slows down, and that essentially is what aging is. And so Pangea adds a lot of ingredients, a lot of high potency ingredients like the ones we're seeing around us here in this field of chamomile that actually speed up the process of skin cell regeneration. And the chamomile that's in this field later today will be turned into an essential oil that ends up in our cream cleanser. And it's one of the ingredients that makes it such an amazing product.
We were lucky enough to meet with Richard Funk of Funk Essential Oils outside of Eugene, Oregon.
We're doing a series of test loads to determine the yield. Certainly if we can find the peak and get that extra quarter, half a pound an acre, because the value of the crop per pound can be the difference between making profit and not.
It's really a timing issue. When it comes time for harvest, you're basically building a graph showing that as long as the yield keeps increasing as you're doing these test batches, you keep waiting.
Yep, exactly.
It's great, it's smart.
Without farmers, we have nothing. Everything around us comes from the earth. And if we don't have respect for the earth and for the people that are taking the time and the energy to work the land, then we're losing the big picture. And we really need that big picture to make better decisions moving forward.
I know that the yield per an acre of different plants varies greatly. How many pounds of chamomile do you get per an acre of flowers on average?
Well, typically about 4 pounds. Peppermint, we're looking at yields that are 25 times greater, almost 100 pounds of oil per
Wow,
acre.
100 pounds compared to 4.
Yes.
It's pretty amazing. I'm now here with Tiffany Cruikshank from Portland, Oregon, who's a Pangea ambassador, a yoga teacher, and a wellness expert. And we're going to be explaining to her the entire process that we've been going through all day of making essential oils out of the chamomile that we just harvested from the field. Ready to have some fun?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
It enters the distillery as steam, water vapor, and oil vapor, and then these receiving these cooling coils cool it back down to oil and water. And then, of course, we separate. Oil floats on top of water, we separate that off.
We're using cold water to separate the oil and the hydrosol. The oil and the hydrosol are now coming into this vat, and the oil floats to the top and the hydrosol stays at the bottom.
It's potent stuff.
Take a sample. That's chamomile.
This farm actually happens to be the only chamomile farm that produces essential oil in the US.
Wow.
So we're pretty excited to be here today.
That's amazing. I mean, I think that's incredible that there aren't more of those here in the US.
Well, there's just not a lot of people that are using chamomile. It's a pretty expensive oil, but it's really beneficial for the skin. It actually speeds up skin cell regeneration, which in effect is the true sense of anti-aging.
And it's a really powerful anti-inflammatory and just really soothing, I think. I mean, for almost anything for the skin,
Absolutely.
Right?
It's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal product, and that's why we're excited to be here and show people how little oil we get out of an acre of flowers and how that process happens. So after all the essential oils are pulled from the raw material, it's then brought out here to the field to be composted, and you can tell that these piles are still steaming because they're fresh out of the distillation process.
We're probably talking about 5 tons of material, and this is all the oil we collected off of it, about 1.5 pounds.
Cheers, everyone!